What's up, guys? It's Delusional back here with another banger of a video with some amazing information because I want to keep everyone updated and up to date on what's going on in the world around you. It's very important that you pay attention to the things going on, not only in your own country, but in the countries around you. Because at the end of the day, we're all human and we all bleed red. And I just want to start the video off by saying that because the things going on between Israel and Gaza are absolutely terrible, and I only wish the best for both sides. I don't want to see anyone dying, and I don't like war. Crazy thing about this Israel and Gaza war is it's not a war about money, it's not a war about resources. There's almost no point to this war other than ideological differences. Sorry, I can't pronounce words, but ideological differences. Now, Hamas is a terrorist group. Hamas is 100% a terrorist group. They 100% have attacked Israel. But that has nothing to do with the Palestinian citizens living inside of Gaza. And I just want to get into this short news report about the Israeli military and government shutting off water supplies into Gaza. Now, I'm sure that plenty of you know, if you've ever done research on the Israel and Gaza war, that Gaza doesn't have a very strong water supply, nor do they often get rainwater. A lot of people actually have to collect their rainwater and purify it themselves. This is something you can find all over the internet. It's been going on since the beginning of the war between Israel and Hamas. So let's get into the facts. Let's get into straight information, no more opinions. So to start off, in the past 14 months of war between Israel and Hamas militants, more than 45,000 Palestinians have been killed. While Gaza Health Ministry does not differentiate between civilians and combatants, reports show over half of the instances are women and children. On October 7, 2023, Hamas militants launched the deadliest attack in Israel history, killing approximately 1,200 people. A more recent attack from Israel airstrikes on a house in central Gaza earlier Thursday, so earlier this week on Thursday, I think that would have been, I think that would have been the 18th, December 18th, 2024. They dropped an airstrike on a home in Gaza, which killed 5 people and wounded 7. There has been updates that say that 13 people died, so that is assuming that the 7 wounded people passed. I would like to wish that that is not true and that those people are getting better. But earlier this week, Israel restricted water supplies from Gaza. This leads to claims from Human Rights Watch accusing Israel of committing genocide. While rights groups and critics accuse Israel of committing genocide in its war with Gaza, Israel strongly rejects such accusations, going with the story that the actions directly target Hamas militants and not the Gaza civilian population. COGAT claimed that millions of liters of water flow through Gaza into 3 pipelines, and Israel has facilitated hundreds of water infrastructure repairs and fixed water lines leading to Gaza on the Israeli side that were damaged by Hamas. Human Rights Watch says in a report on Tuesday, though, Israel authorities have deliberately inflicted conditions of life calculated to bring about the destruction of part of the population in Gaza by intentionally depriving Palestinian citizens their adequate access to water, most likely resulting in thousands of deaths. This leads to the belief that Israel authorities are responsible for the crimes against humans of extermination and for acts of genocide. Now, I want to get into that a little bit. It's crazy. It's kind of hard to pick a side in this whole conflict because Hamas is a terrorist group, and you know you got to do something about the terrorists. You can't let them just attack your country. I understand that from an Israeli side, but that doesn't mean that you have to kill civilians. 45,000 Palestinians have died, and it has been proven that over half of them are women and children, or just non combatants in general. And that's absolutely terrible that we are attacking these zones of non combatants. Israel does claim that they have warned Palestinians to evacuate Gaza, but Gaza isn't America. Gaza isn't Canada. Gaza isn't China. It is essentially a third world country in the Middle East. Not everyone has access to pick up and leave and find shelter and have somewhere to go. So it's not fair to these civilians that Israel is one of the strongest, richest countries in the world is dropping bombs on these homes and killing families and children. It's not fair to them, and I pray that this all ends soon and we can all come to peace in the world because we're all human and we all bleed the same red blood. But something to note is also on October 7th, 2023, Hamas militants, like I said, Hamas militants launched historically the largest attack on Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking around 250 hostages to Gaza. The assault triggered the massive Israel military response. This is where it all started. Hamas terrorist attack. Now, this is a hard thing to talk about because I haven't seen any terrorist organization go back to their country and not have their country attacked. America with the war on terror, we're still in fucking Syria to till this day. Actually, we killed an ISIS leader in Syria recently. I might make a video on that. I'll leave it in the comments if you'd like to see that. But there is no right way to handle terrorists. And one thing I want you guys to realize: you cannot destroy an ideology. You can destroy a country, you can destroy a government, you can even genocide a group of people, but you can't destroy an ideology. It is impossible because it is a thought process. And I feel like that is what a lot of people are missing when it comes to these wars. When they're saying, oh, well, Hamas shouldn't do these things or Israel is in the wrong, free Palestine, you have to understand that these are people who see the world differently, who think that the world should function differently, people should function differently, and they're extremists and they go to the extreme. There's not much that you can truly do about it. So I can't sit here and say that Israel is completely in the wrong for attacking Hamas in Gaza. What I will say is going in and just bombing everyone is not an effective way to deal with terror attacks. That is how you prolong wars. That is how you create more extremists. Because there could be a 15-year-old kid out there whose house gets bombed and he loses his mother and his father and his sister and his brother to Israel, and he might not understand the same as us who get all this information, are able to absorb all this information and news that Hamas is a terrorist group and they committed a terror attack on Israel. And even if they did, they have been raised and taught to not like Israel. This is more of a problem of emotions and ideologies than it will ever be about the actual war and people dying. And it is absolutely heartbreaking to have to see this going on in the world. But Israel is facing charges from the Human Rights Watch. I don't think America will get involved because America is heavily, heavily influenced by Israel. I don't think the UN will get involved for the exact same reason. Israel is a way larger country than Gaza, and I just wish the best for the Palestinian people, and I hope that if you're in Gaza or if you know someone, you have family out there, I hope that they're all safe. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update and let you know what's going on in the Middle East right now. Things are only getting worse, and guys, we got to stop this fighting. It's not worth it. People's lives aren't worth the conflict of ideologies or thought processes or religions. We're all human. We all bleed the same blood, and at the end of the day, all religions are is just basic instructions before leaving Earth and teaching you how to be a good person. So the best advice I can give to you guys as viewers is go out, be the best person you can be, advocate for what you feel is right, but don't promote violence, don't promote the war. And I personally would look down on Israel for bombing Gaza. They have a way stronger military force than Hamas will ever have. There's no need to be bombing homes with civilians in them. If they wanted Hamas, if they wanted the Hamas leaders, they could get them. This is this war isn't just about the terror attack. It is a lot more to it, and who knows what's going on. But at the end of the day, guys, seek out the truth and don't be delusional.